All right, it's a beautiful Sunday evening. Good evening and welcome to Iron Port here on Metropolitan Television. Iron Port is proudly brought to you by the Ghana Revenue Authority, GWEL PLC, Serene Insurance, Ghana Link Network Services, Meridian Port Services, MPS, and indeed Phoenix Insurance. The show is proudly powered by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority-GPHA. And our media partner on this journey of a lifetime is the Business and Financial Times, the BNFT. Now, if you want to have a grasp of all that transpired on the show tonight, make a date and grab the Thursday edition of the BNFT, and you'll be able to see all that happened here on the show tonight. Tonight, we're streaming live on our social media pages. On Facebook, we are live at Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Still on Facebook, we are live at Port of Tema, and on YouTube, we are streaming live at Iron Port. Indeed, we shall be getting interactive with you, and so all you have to do is grab your phones, relax, and send us your messages and comments via our dedicated WhatsApp line, which is 0538-037353. 0538-037353. Now, when the time is ripe and I pick signals from the production team, which will activate the phone lines for you to call in and contribute to the discussion. My name is Kennedy Mona. We are going for a quick break. When we return, we'll continue the show. Please stay with us.
Good energy brings you quality choices with Goil Super XP. Available in many Goil stations nationwide. It is fortified with special additives that help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Branch into a Goil station today and energize your ride with Goil Super XP, compatible with most vehicles. Goil Super XP, Wufilia, huh? Wubefeel. Goil, good energy. Ja, ya, ya.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Yeah. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is, you still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS, we connect, you thrive.
Business and life can be like the sea sometimes. Sometimes serene, sometimes calm, sometimes turbulent, and at times it brings the unexpected. However it is like, trust Phoenix Insurance for your home, car, business, and marine insurance needs. Call 0302-246-319 or 0243 690-492.
At Phoenix, you experience a delightful service delivered with wisdom.
Take a look at happenings in the port and shipping industry during the week.
In a bid to strengthen bilateral trade relations between Ghana and Burkina Faso, the Acting Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Brigadier General Paul Seydou Tanye-Kunlonu, received a high-level delegation from the government of Burkina Faso at the authority's headquarters. The delegation, led by Ghana's Special Envoy to the Alliance of Sahel States, Colonel Larry Bevrolate, included Burkina Faso's Minister of Industry, Commerce and Handicrafts, Serge Poda, Minister of Energy and Mines, Yakuba Zabre, Minister of Environment, Water and Sanitation, Monsieur Roger Barrow, and the Burkina Faso Ambassador to Ghana, His Excellency David Cabre. Key stakeholders from various sectors of the Burkinabe economy were also in attendance. The delegation averred that they are resolute to ensuring that Ghana's ports remain the preferred ports for Burkina Faso and the Alliance of Sahel States at large.
How can the authority also facilitate the transit operation that is using the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority corridor?
Brigadier General Tanye-Kunlonu assured the delegation of GPHA's full commitment to promoting trade growth and improving the economic well-being of citizens in both nations.
I would like to assure you that we will do whatever it takes to make sure that the vision that our two leaders have for our people in terms of how to boost trade, to ensure that the standard of living of both citizens increases within the shortest possible. We'll be visiting your country and then the Niger and Mali to see how best we can enhance collaboration and then increase the transit business. So we'll do what we have to do to make you more comfortable.
He also underscored ongoing efforts to reduce the cost of doing business at Ghana's ports, revealing that discussions with customs and other key stakeholders are underway to implement a 24-hour operational system within the clearance chain. Ghana's Special Envoy to the Alliance of Sahel States, Colonel Larry Bevrolate, emphasized President John Dramani Mahame's commitment to strengthen bilateral ties with Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger. He urged all parties to play their respective roles effectively to ensure the success of these collaborative efforts in improving the standard of living in the region.
I want to emphasize that the President of Ghana
and le président du Burkina Faso
have sat down themselves to building very strong bilateral relations.
Et se sont engagés sur de faire en place.
So I just want to urge everybody to play his role, not only to do the thing that you have been asked to do, but to help in the thinking that will contribute initiatives
qui va contribuer sur la.
The Director General of the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority, GPHA, Brigadier General Paul Seydou Tanye-Kunlonu, has urged stakeholders to collaborate in reducing the cost of doing business in Ghana's ports. According to him, this initiative will enhance the country's port attractiveness and competitiveness within the West African sub-region. He made these remarks during a working visit by the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA, Anthony Sapon, and his team to the GPHA. The visit aimed to reinforce the long-standing collaboration between the two institutions to improve cargo clearance, facilitate trade, and boost revenue generation. Brigadier General Tanye-Kunlonu emphasized that only through strong collaboration can both organizations effectively achieve their goals.
We'll continue to collaborate, work together, and then also explore new areas that we can collaborate so that at the end of the day, we can increase the revenue basket of the country. It is our aim to ensure that the cost of doing business here will be as low as possible by reducing delays.
Echoing this sentiment, the Commissioner General reaffirmed GRA's commitment to strengthening its partnership with GPHA. He noted that enhancing this cooperation would significantly improve port operations and state revenue mobilization.
What you do and what we do at GRA is very, very important for national development. Although we do have different mandates and different functions, if we don't put synergy in, we will not be able to maximize the benefits and the results that we have. and therefore for us as GRA, it was important to pay this visit.
He also expressed his appreciation to the GPHA Director General and his management team for their years of productive collaboration. He encouraged continued teamwork in the national interest and in support of President John Dramani Maham's reset vision. In a related development, the Commissioner General and his delegation also visited Meridian Port Services MPS Limited, where they engaged with the CEO, Mohammed Samara. The visit aimed to strengthen collaboration toward enhancing government revenue. During the engagement, Mohammed Samara stated that the significant investments in port infrastructure at MPS Terminal 3 of the Port of Tema is contributing immensely toward efficient delivery of cargo to customers.
So it's quite important, this transshipment. The other side of it, this created a feeder service from here eastwards and from here westward. So that means we have opened up markets. Before, to ship to Dakar, you need to send a container to Algeciras for another ship to take it from Algeciras to Dakar. Today, from here, there is a weekly service to Dakar. Douala, likewise. Lagos, likewise. Today, we have services going to these ports on a weekly service.
The Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA, Anthony Sapon, along with his management team, held a deba with officers of the Tema collection of the Customs Division of GRA. The deba provided an opportunity for the Commissioner General to gain first-hand insight into their working conditions and to motivate the officers. Addressing the gathering, the Assistant Commissioner of the Tema Collection, Teresa Potaki, revealed that in the previous year, the Tema Collection was responsible for 82.09% of the customs revenue targets. It made a significant contribution to national revenue by collecting a total of 36.8 billion Ghana cedis, exceeding its targets by 8.6%. She further disclosed that from the beginning of 2025 to Wednesday, March 12, 2025, the Tema collection has already collected 7.9 billion Ghana cedis, while awaiting its official revenue target for the year.
This figure, as compared to the revenue collected during the same period last year, is in excess of 43.22%. We are committed to working tirelessly to achieve our targets and exceed it.
The Commissioner of Customs, Brigadier General Zibrim Ayorogo, acknowledged the critical role of the Customs Division in revenue mobilization and urged officers of the Tema collection to remain committed to achieving this year's targets.
Without you, if you don't cross the line, we don't make it. But I want you to assure me and assure our Commissioner General that inshallah, the target will achieve that.
The Commissioner General, Anthony Sapon, assured customs officials of improved working conditions to enable them to effectively perform their duties and contribute towards achieving the 200 billion Ghana cedi revenue target set for the GRA.
That if we want to build a better and a stronger authority, GRA, then people matter and people's issues should be at the top of everything that we do. It is only when we make people matters number one that we can say we are building an institution. And then when we build a strong institution, then the revenue will follow, plus all other things. So
the Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Brigadier General Paul Seydou Tanya Kulono, has assured staff of the authority of fair treatment and transparency under his leadership. Addressing junior staff of the authority at Edeba on Tuesday, Brigadier General Tanya Kulono encouraged staff to uphold hard work and discipline, stressing that these values are essential in achieving GPHA's strategic goals for the year. According to him, improved performance will ultimately contribute to increased profitability, which will reflect in better working conditions for employees.
It is our responsibility to ensure that the assets of GPHA are protected So if wherever you are, make sure that the right thing is done. Let's work hard, we'll be committed, let's be disciplined, and as I indicated, promotion will be based on fairness, it will be transparent, it will be equitable, based on performance.
You're welcome back. We are zooming into our second discussion for tonight, and this was a topic we treated about 3 weeks ago, and that has to do with how to identify a legitimate freight forwarder in order to avoid being exploited by the unscrupulous ones out there. And when we were having that discussion, we had in the studios Mr. Jacob Ajiman, who's chair of the Public Relations Committee, Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders, Tema. Good evening, sir, and welcome once again.
Good evening, thank you.
Awesome. And then we also had in the studios Mr. Abel Tojo, who is a member of the Monitoring Committee, gave Tema. Welcome, sir, once again.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. So let me come to Mr. Ajiman. If you can walk us through the basics, what we discussed the last time. We talked about what a freight forwarder does. You know, you walked us through, the rules. You gave us the distinction between the freight forwarder and the clearing agent, and all that. And then we also talked about the key responsibilities of a freight forwarder in international trade. And then we talked about legal requirements should a freight forwarder meet, legal requirements a freight forwarder should meet in order to operate as a legal entity, and so on and so forth. So if you can walk us through, just give us a brief.
So
and then
in summary, the last time we said that the freight forwarder is the architect of trade.
Right.
He is the person to see to the whole logistics chain to make sure that everything is properly done.
Yes.
We're able to differentiate between who a freight forwarder is and who a customs house agent is.
Yes, yeah.
And I made a statement that custom house agency is just a subset of freight forwarding.
Yes.
So freight forwarding is a bigger picture, a bigger subject with which we have the customs house agency.
Yes.
And in our part of the world, Ghana, clearing agency or the customs house agency is more popular, so we tend to mix it up and just call them clearing agents. But beyond clearing agency, we have the freight forwarding, which is the bigger picture. And then with the legal requirement to operate in Ghana general as a business entity, you need to register with the Register General Department.
Absolutely.
After going through that, specifically as a customs house agency, you must be licensed by the Customs Division of the GRA to operate as a customs house agent. And to identify customs house agents properly, we have various associations that they belong to, either GIF, which we are members, that's Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders, we have QBAC, we have ACHAG, we have FAG. These are various associations that if a customer wants to deal with the customs house agent, you must ascertain the association they belong to. You can ascertain the genuineness of that agency also by contacting the PMP division of customs, so that they will tell you whether this company is valid and they are in the right position to function. So when you look at all these things, it will help you identify or reasonably identify a customs house agent. When you get to the office, look for the necessary certifications and registration. If he claims to be a member of a particular association, there must be proof of that membership. And then we also said something about red flags.
Yes.
That the quest for too much cheap or cheaper service is the being or the basis for people being swindled or being cheated almost all the time.
Yes.
So we advise that when you're dealing with freight forwarders, clearing agents, customs house agents, I do not say that the service should be unnecessarily expensive, but it should be competitive and it should be reasonable. And you shouldn't fall for too much sweet words. Do a lot of due diligence yourself as a business entity, because you are involved in money and you are dishing out money. So if you do not do due diligence by yourself to protect your interest, it wouldn't help you.
Absolutely.
I think in the summary, this is what we discussed the last time.
Yeah, so let's zoom in today and find out from you in terms of experience and credibility, Mr. Tojo. How important is industry experience when selecting a freight forwarder?
Thank you. It's very, very important. It's extremely important because basically, I would say that's the fundamental. Without experience, you cannot deliver because you need to have that exposure to be able to tell the requisite documents, the requisite mode to deliver the said cargo, and then also whether you're going to use a container, the forms of containers. As you know, we have reefer containers, you have dry containers, or whether you're going to ship the cargo in bulk or a flat track.
Right.
You need to have, if you don't have experience, you will not be able to determine which CPC codes to use.
Absolutely.
And all of that.
Right.
So you need to know all of that to be able to operate as a freight forwarder.
Right. Let's take a look at the credentials or memberships should a reliable freight forwarder have. I mean, we know you have the FIATA, the IATA, and then the rest. What should I be looking out for? The last time I recall, I mentioned if I enter your office, what certification should I be looking out for? And sometimes in Africa, we fail to ask, can I see your qualification? What do you have? You know, your level of expertise. What certifications do you have? But what should I be looking out for when I'm sourcing a freight forwarder?
If I'm allowed to touch a bit on the earlier question before I come to this. One key aspect of freight forwarding is advice and consultancy. And to be able to advise properly and give good consultancy, experience is inevitable.
It's key, yeah.
So, I mean, I think industry experience is very critical as a freight forwarder.
Right.
Now, back to your question. I think there's this Ghanaian attitude of too much respect. So sometimes when you are probing to find out about things of interest to you, you may be seen as disrespectful or arrogant.
Absolutely.
So because
it cuts across, because even in the health sector, when you visit a hospital, they take your blood pressure,
your biodata.
They don't want to tell you what and what is it? And you have no right to question the doctor if
I
the
don't
doctor
think
takes
it's
a decision
appropriate.
on your own life
You
and
have
health.
to.
You know?
You have to.
Yeah.
If you come to my office, question me. I'm going to deliver a service to you. So you need to question me and be comfortable that this person is the right person I'm
But you're
dealing
spending
with.
money. You are procuring the services of a person. It's your money,
It's
and
your
you
money.
need the service done. Quality job. So it's
question me.
within your remit.
Hey, Jacob, you're a freight forwarder. Let me know your credentials. Okay, I am a member of Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders. I'll give you evidence.
Right.
I am a member of, or I've been licensed by Customs Division of GRA. I give you evidence. I'm a member of FIATA. I give you evidence. My company is duly registered. I give you evidence. I pay VAT. I give you evidence. These are documents that you need to see. And if you don't see them, please, you'll be putting yourself in a very, very big problem. So I think that attitude of too much respect, they will say that, I'm being too nosy. Please, you are dealing with money. Be nosy. Know it. Find out. So these are basic things you can find out, and then I think it will help you clarify yourself for a lot of things.
Right.
Yes.
Are there any ways I can check, apart from maybe coming to your office to ask these questions that he just enumerated? Is there any way I can do some due diligence or background checks before I contact you?
Yes, very so much. You could just walk into any GRA office, especially Customs PMP office,
right?
At the head office, and then you can mention the company's name that you're trying to engage this company A, B, or C. You want to verify if this company is certified by them,
right?
And they'll be able to tell you and show you proof that truly this agency or this entity is registered with us.
Right.
You can again check with Registrar General because you use the TIN numbers to process BOEs and all of that. So you can verify as well, and then you can also go to the tax-paying office, the CTO offices, to verify if this company is really paying their taxes and then the SNIT as well. Because we need TCCs when you are doing renewals. You need TCCs.
TCCs. What's TCCs?
Tax clearance certificates.
Yes.
We get them from GRA.
Yes.
To do renewals.
Right.
You go to SNIT, you get your SNIT clearance certificate to do renewals. So GPHA requires these, Customs require. Every regulatory body wants to see these things before a recommendation letter is even issued from GIF or any of the association bodies to be given to you. So even if you have these documents without a recommendation letter from the said association you belong to, Customs is not going to process your documents.
Okay. All right, so let's activate the phone line so that you can have enough time to call in. The number to dial will be shown right on your screen. You can call in and ask my guests in the studios, Mr. Jacob Ajimai and Mr. Abel Tojo, some questions if it borders on freight forwarding or import and export. Indeed, if you want to procure the services of a clearing agent or a freight forwarder, you would have to contact them. If you have any questions bothering you, please don't hesitate to call the line right there on your screen, 0245-834980, and then they'll be happy or more than happy to oblige you. So let me find out from you, in terms of service quality and reliability, what are the factors that businesses should consider when they are selecting a freight forwarder?
In addition to what Macaulay said,
Yes.
for us at GIF,
Yes.
you can go to our website at www.gifghana.com. .com, yes.
Okay.
www.gifghana.com. Okay. When you get there, you see all the companies that are in good standing.
Right.
If I'm allowed to give our official line.
Oh, yes, why not? Yeah.
So you can go to, you can call 0303-200-266. 0303-200-266. These are
official,
ways to verify if somebody claims he's a member of Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders, GIF. You can verify it.
Right.
Now, in terms of service delivery,
The
credibility, quality of service,
what should I consider as a business in selecting a freight forwarder?
in shipping, there's a saying that our word, our bond.
Yeah.
So, for me to be credible, my word must be who I am. So our word is our bond. So one, look at how reliable the person in terms of what he promises to deliver. That is one. Two, the timeliness of the company. Because time turnaround in shipping is money. So any waste of time is loss of money or revenue. So the timeliness of the person to deliver. Look at the competencies of...
Timeliness and competencies. Please hold it there. When we come back, you would continue. Let's go to Ejumako and welcome Kojo. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
You're welcome, sir.
I want your panel to help me with this particular issue.
Right.
When I pay my duty, my agent pays the duty for me. Of course, there is an evidence I need to see. Maybe I can see that with a receipt or an entry. Which will help me notice that the duty has been paid. But I want to find out, is it possible that with the icons, okay, I can also see if indeed my duty has been paid or not? Or if it is possible, can you please help me with that? I need to know. And how will I even identify if the duty has been paid on the interface of icons?
Right.
Thank you. I hope my question is clear.
It is. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Right.
Okay, so I'd like to answer his questions.
Yes.
First of all, if a BOE is processed, a tax bill is what is used to process the payment.
Right.
So there's a unique number, which is a tax bill number that is being used to process.
Right.
So, and then there's a BOE number. Once you log into the portal, you'll be able to see whether duty has been paid or not.
Right.
There's a receipt in the system.
Yes.
So whoever enters that BOE number
Yeah.
or the receipt number would be able to identify that truly duty has been paid or not.
Okay.
So for me, if you don't have access to the system, you can just, when you walk to the bank, because I believe that you should be given the tax bill
Yes.
to pay your own duty wherever it is, so that you can verify, you went to the bank,
Yeah.
and then they can also confirm to that. Once it's paid, you don't necessarily even need to send a copy to your agent.
Yes.
Because he has a system, so he'll be able to see the receipt in the system that
Right.
really you've paid.
Right.
And then also you get an SMS notifying you that, as you may see, this amount, duty amount has been received by customs.
Right. Right.
Now, to add to that, when you pay the customs entry, there's a barcode on the customs entry. Scan it. If you scan it, the exact amount paid will come on your phone.
Okay.
So if ABC says your custom duty is 100,000 cedis, and you scan and there's a discrepancy, then there's a problem.
Okay.
Yes. So the moment you scan the barcode on the customs entry, it tells you the exact payment that has been made. Yes. Okay. That's the solution to that.
Right. So you were on
also
that point,
you look at the timeliness of the person, look at the competence, the experience, the exposure of the person. Some of us believe that, like the earlier question, industry knowledge is crucial. So for an agency to be that credible and reliable, these are things you need to look out for. The timeliness, the customer relation of the person, the competence, the industry knowledge is crucial. Because, you see, when one does not understand the industry language, it becomes a challenge. How even custom agency processes started way back was because customs realized that most people in the industry did not understand their language. So they decided to train people to become proficient in their language. That is how come we have customs house agents. So that individual or company must have somebody who understands the language of customs. When it comes to processes, we have something called CPC. What is even CPC? Custom Procedure Codes. So when it gets to customs, for the ordinary person, I will tell you I'm doing transit, I'm doing transshipment, I'm doing export, I'm doing import. But I will use a code between himself and myself. I know what transaction I'm involved in. Because when we talk of export, we can have different forms of export. So depending on the code I'm dealing with, it will tell me the type of export I'm dealing with. Same as import. So industry knowledge is key. These are things you need to look out for so that you can reasonably say that this business is credible, that you can deal with.
In this era of technology, is it not possible for you to have a system where like you have the Uber or Yango or the app railing app services, the app hailing, ride hailing services, that when you pick somebody's car, the fellow drops you, then it comes, you give the fellow a star. I mean, they give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars. And that tells you that maybe you are satisfied, very satisfied, extremely satisfied with the fellow service. Can't you put something like that in place in a website? The fellow is looking for a freight forwarder. The fellow logs in there, logs on, and then looks at the credentials of everybody, what the track record is, the fellow's work output. I mean, how people have rated the person, and then the fellow will be able to make a choice.
So yes. So example, if you go to some companies, or most companies, those who have websites, you will see that you would have some comments from either a client who's patronized their services before, and so you will be able to know this rating. Also with GIF, what we've done is that there are membership grades. So we have platinum, we have gold, we have silver. So you know that when somebody is in a platinum level, it tells you the level of competency and exposure the person has. If somebody is on a gold membership level, that also defines.
And when someone is on bronze.
When it's on bronze, you know. So it spells out itself for you to know that, okay, these are the category of people certified I'm able to deal with. And if you have any challenge at all, you can always reach out to the Secretariat. We have branches in Tema, Aflao, KIA, Takoradi, and Elubo. So it's not just Tema or Accra that you can find gift offices. We are across. So you can just walk to any of the districts and then verify any membership you want to.
Okay. So let's take a look at the issue of unexpected challenges such as delays, customs issues, or even loss of cargo. How do you deal with some of these things? Because they happen in your industry. Yes.
I don't even see them as unexpected challenges, especially when it comes to delays. Because I believe delays are predictable. So I don't see them as unexpected. However, in an industry where there are so much or so many bottlenecks, where we have various industry players, where sometimes some of them renege on their responsibilities, delays do arise. Now, when delays arise, it brings or it increases the cost of doing business. One of the major challenges GIF we're having is we are pushing the GSA, that's the Ghana Shippers Authority, to enforce what you call an SLA, service line agreement, among all stakeholders because of this issue of delay in service delivery.
Service line
agreement,
okay.
SLA.
Yes.
Now, we are pushing this agenda because a lot of times the freight forwarder happens to be the last resort that the client knows. So what the client knows is, agent is delay me. The agent is delaying my job. For you know, it is a problem which currently, as you speak, even to transfer boxes from MPS terminal to Golden Jubilee Terminal is headache. Big issue. It has nothing to do with the freight forwarder. However, the client doesn't know MPS Terminal. The client doesn't know GPHA. The client doesn't know Golden Jubilee Terminal. It is you, the freight forwarder, he or she knows.
Absolutely.
And when this cost arises, it is the client who bears the cost. Bear in mind, no business entity is Father Christmas. So the more the cost of the client, the more the cost of the commodity on the market. You and I will pay for that. So in order to solve these issues, we are pushing what you call SLA, Service Line Agreement, so that between GPHA, MPS, freight forwarders, all the other agencies, FDA, whatever, wherever the delay arose or wherever delay comes from, whoever is responsible for that delay pays for that cost involved. That is one of the things we are doing to solve some of these issues. It's very important. And I mean, at this point, I'll use this platform to welcome the new GSA boss, Professor Jampo. He has started on a good note, and we wish him well. We pray that some of these issues will be pushed critically so that it will help reduce the cost of doing business. That's one of the things we do. When it comes to cargo loss, you need to determine at what point did the cargo got lost, got pre-freight, or got damaged or destroyed. There are various things.
Let's go to East Legon and come on, return. You continue from there. We are welcoming Samuel. Good evening, sir.
Hi, good evening.
Awesome. Please shoot.
What the man is saying, well, some of it is true, some of it is not. There's too much corruption at the ports. It doesn't really make sense when you brought something into the country, you paying your duty and everything, and there's a custom officer who is like, if you don't pay this amount, you're not going to clear your goods. It distracts you. It's like it kills your spirit.
Have you personally experienced that before?
Several times, from Takoradi and Tema, several times. I start bringing stuff in. It doesn't help when clearing agents, due to like corruption and due to like greediness and jealousy, just delays you. They'll just walk you about. There should be a system whereby you go in, you've got your bill of lading, you pay straight to the government coffers. You pay yourself. It should be that transparent. It should be that straightforward. You pay, clear your goods, and then walk on. It should be just straightforward. Every time Ghana, we always lagging behind. It's not a good practice. It's not a good thing. Anybody that brings stuff into the country is blessing the country, is benefiting the country. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it doesn't really add up. Whereby they make you feel like you are a victim or like you something like they make you feel so bad bringing stuff into the country. It does hurt and it's annoying. Trust me.
All right. Thank you very much indeed, Sammy, from East Legon. We're grateful. So Sammy's taking a bath.
Sammy, I like.
He's peeved.
You are peeved. I'm sorry for whatever you've been through, but I don't think any professional freight forwarder or clear agent will work out of jealousy.
He mentioned brothers from the
and
other side.
I'm not here to speak on behalf of customs, so I can't. I won't enter that debate.
Absolutely.
However, I'm going to make a statement that may be a bit contradictory, but we need to assess ourselves as a people, as a nation, and begin to have a clear-cut way about it. Now, if Ghana Customs wants to do the job as customs, I dare say that it will be extremely difficult for cargo to exit the port. That is not in any way in defect. You see, the average Ghanaian, when he is shipping, he can tell you, I'm shipping maybe a container of rice. And because of our culture and the way we do our things, the little space left in the container,
you add several other things,
cooking oil.
And when they scrutinize the thing and they say this is not right, it becomes
you have a problem with that.
And so if the customs also wants to be strict, he won't allow these things to happen.
Responsibilities or responsibilities, goods should not leave the port. But in the interest of trade facilitation, some of these things are relaxed. That is not to say that sometimes they also don't go to the extreme. That's what I'm saying, that I'm not here to defend customs, but as a people, this statement I've made, I think we should analyze it.
So that if you are consignee and you are shipping something into the country, and you say, I'm shipping boxes of soap, it should be strictly boxes of soap. Nothing,
but
no
to be honest, in most cases, it's not. I have dealt with a lot of customers, they will tell you, oh, it's ABCD. And then after clearing the items, they will tell you, this is not in, this is not in, this is not in. And this is the same person that told that I don't even know the content of the item.
Yeah, sure.
But the same person is not telling you this is not there, this is not there. And this usually happens when it is consolidated or groupage cargo. That mistakenly his has probably been delivered to a different person. So upon proper investigation, it is brought back. But that same person initially will tell you, I don't know the content.
The content of the container.
So we
but when something is stolen, the fellow is able to identify there was something is missing.
So, Sammy, I'm sorry for the challenges you've been through, but I think we should all be forthcoming.
Yeah.
That's what I would say about it.
Absolutely.
Right. Absolutely, adding to what my brother just said.
Yes.
Again, Sammy, our apologies, but now with the ICOM systems, you can sit anywhere and pay your duties.
Yes.
And it is straightforward. There's nothing hidden anywhere. So I'm sorry, maybe, I don't know who you dealt with, but you can always reach out to the host and then get our contact, and then we can see our best to help you or fix your issue.
Absolutely.
The truth of the matter is that you can pay your own duty. You don't need your agent to pay your duty for you.
Yeah.
No. So please, my apologies, just reach out and then we'll fix your matter for you.
Right.
Again, we at KIF, our negotiated rates with GSA is available even on GSA website, on our website.
Okay.
So any member can see what our service charges are per each clearance.
Right.
If it is a container, 20 foot, the rates are there.
Yeah.
So it's clear. There's nothing hidden anywhere.
Right.
Because this is something that was negotiated between us and then the GSA, which is Ghana Shippers Authority.
Right.
And like my brother said, we always want to do the right thing.
Right thing, yeah.
Yes, because now Shippers Authority will not allow you, whatever it is, they are always in the space to make sure that we are all complying with the rules.
Yes. Okay, so transparency and tracking updates. As a freight forwarder, you have your client who has employed you or who has sought your services to do business for him. Whilst the good or the imports or the cargo is on the way, how are you able to get the fellow to track and know that, okay, this is where it is, you know, that kind of thing until it is delivered? We have barely 3 minutes to wrap up, though.
Ideally, technology should be involved here,
Absolutely,
but it also comes at cost.
Yes.
So to keep constantly tracking your cargo means you should be willing to pay for the tracking services.
Absolutely.
And I know there are tracking services. I'm not here to advertise for anybody, but there are tracking companies that are available that they will track your cargo at every point and give you details.
Right.
If you're willing to pay for it, the service is there to be delivered. Yes, it's there. There's no two ways about it. It's there.
If you are ready to pay for the tracking?
Oh, yes. We have people on our platform, GIF platform, that provide tracking of cargo from port till it gets to a final destination.
Okay.
There have been instances where cargoes have been diverted, but with the aid of our members who are into tracking, they are able to locate where the cargoes are.
Okay, okay. Yes. You wanted to add something? Or the final one, common contractual pitfalls. Maybe if I'm contracting you to do business for me, what are the things that I should do so that I know that, I've secured the services, and if anything goes haywire or goes wrong, I hold you liable or responsible as a freight forwarder?
So for me, there should be, what is the job scope? First of all, you need to tell me the job scope you want.
Right.
And then we negotiate based on the scope, the rates are there. We agree on it.
Right.
There's example, there's a rate for a 20 foot, there's a rate for a 40 foot. If you have volumes, obviously, that standard rate is not going to apply to, say you have 100 containers, compared to somebody who has one container. If, say, a 40 foot is service charge is 2,000, and you have 100 of that, of course, that 2,000 is not going to apply per container. So these are things that you need to come out clearly. Once you state what the job scope is, the service is also, the rate will go by the service, and then taken care of.
Okay. So thank you so much, Mr. Abel Tojo, who is a member of the Monitoring Committee, Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders, Tema, and indeed Mr. Jacob Ajimai, Chair, Public Relations, Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders, Tema. I'm grateful to you for obliging us once again, and this is a discussion we should continue to have. Like I said the other time, the time flies when you're in the company of good people and having a good conversation. This is a very, very good topic, of public interest, and would wish that we would exhaust it some other time. We're grateful to you for showing up. We always call on you when the need arises. Viewers, this is how we draw the curtain on tonight's edition of Iron Port here on Metropolitan Television. Remember, the show is proudly sponsored by the Ghana Revenue Authority, Guel PLC, Serene Insurance, Ghana Link Network Services, Meridian Port Services, and indeed Phoenix Insurance is powered by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority-GPHA. We entreat you to keep watching the rest of our programs here on Metro TV, and indeed expect next week that we shall bounce back with another wonderful edition, God being good, of Iron Port here. And indeed, the abridged version of Iron Port will be aired on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. on Ghana Television. Make a date and watch that. Wish you a spell week ahead, and thank you so much for choosing us, and have a restful evening.